Hello, dear students. How are you? I hope only few students have sent me the notes of exercise 3.1. I hope that everyone is writing. Okay. I said after the watching video, I need your comments as your name and roll number. Until and unless you don't comment your name and roll number, you won't get attendance. Remember this. So, dear students, after the completion of the first exercise of your lines and angles, now I am heading towards a concept called parallel parallel lines and a transversal and a transversal. Parallel lines and a transversal. So first let us understand what is transversal and what is line, and let us divide this concept into two parts, that is lines and a transversal. Then we will discuss on parallel lines and a transversal. Getting my point? First we will discuss this topic as a lines and transversal. Then we will discuss this concept parallel lines and transversal. First, lines and transversal. Lines and transversal. So, dear students, if there are two or more lines, if there are two lines or the more lines, and another line passes through these lines intersecting at a point, at points. So we call that the line as a transversal. Let us see once again. If you take this is a line M, and if you call this is a line N, okay, and another line L is passing through the lines M and N. Which line? The line L is passing through the lines M and N. So the such line L is called as a transversal. Is called as a transversal. Which line? L. L is called as a transversal. Got it? So how you will be defining a transversal? A line intersects two or more lines at distinct points, is called transversal. Got it? Is called transversal. What is transversal? A line intersects two or more lines at distinct points. So two or more lines, a line L is intersecting M and O at distinct points. So then the line L is called transversal. Understood? Okay. So now let us understand parallel lines and transversal. If you understood the above concept, now parallel lines and a transversal is very easy. Parallel lines and transversal. Okay. What is parallel and transversal? If there are two or more parallel lines, that is, in the above, the line M is parallel to N. The line M is parallel to N. And the line L, or anything you can name. If it is a transversal, you can name it as a T. The line T is a transversal through two parallel lines. Okay. There, in the above concept, we had a number of lines and a transversal. Here we have a parallel lines and a transversal. So now, what properties constitutes when a transversal passes through the lines? Let us see that. Okay. Now, the types of angles, the properties means here I am referring it to angles, the types of angles and their behavior among themselves because of a transversal. Let us see. Consider two lines, maybe M and N, and a transversal passing through L is passing through M and N, intersecting at a point P and Q on the lines M and N respectively. So dear students, with this transversal intersecting the line M and N, you can see that many angles has been formed. Isn't it? So if we name this as angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So the different types of angles are formed. Let us see first corresponding angles. First, let us see corresponding angles. Who are the corresponding angles? In this diagram, the angles 1 is corresponding to angle phi. The angle 1 is corresponding to angle phi. Okay. Angle 2 is corresponding to angle 6. Then angle 4 is corresponding to angle 8. Angle 3 is corresponding to angle 7. Got it? So, if you list out the corresponding which angle is corresponding to the another angle in this diagram, we will write that corresponding angles. So look at here, angle 1 and angle phi are corresponding, angle 1 and angle phi. So angle 1 is corresponding to angle phi, angle 2 is corresponding to angle 6, angle 2 is corresponding to angle 6, angle 4 is corresponding to angle 8, angle 4 is corresponding to angle 8, and angle 3 is corresponding to angle 7. Dear students, there is a small trick just to remember how the corresponding angles look like. If you consider this as a shape F, a straight F or the virtual F, the angles the angle here which I have shaded, these are the interior side and these are the exterior side. You can see both angles are below the line, here both angles are above the line. These are the corresponding angles. To remember, just we will denote the corresponding angles with the shape of F, with the shape of a F, to remember what is corresponding angle. So inside the F or outside, inside, interior or exterior, that is corresponding angles. So if you see this figure, you can see that here angle 1 and angle phi forms an F shape, but they are the inverted, right? You can see it forms an F shape, isn't it? 1 and phi. Similarly, if you see 2 and 6, they also forms an F. Two and 6, they also form an F, isn't it? Similarly, if you want to see on 3 and 7, they also form an shape of F. So to remember, we will denote this corresponding angles with a symbol F to remember. Okay, this is about the corresponding angles. So dear students, if there are two parallel lines, here I just spoke about the two lines and a transversal. Now I am speaking about two parallel lines and a transversal. If you name this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If the line M and N, M and N are parallel, if M is parallel to N, means M and N are parallel and a transversal L is passed, then the corresponding angles, which are the corresponding angles here? 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 4 and 8, 1 and 5, right? 2 and 6, then 4 and 8, then 3 and 7. These corresponding angles become equal. That means angle 1 is equals to angle, which is corresponding angle to 1, angle phi. Okay. Angle 4 is equals to angle 8. Angle 2 is equals to angle 6, and angle 3 is equals to angle 7. Angle 7. These are the corresponding angles, but they are equal. Why they are equal? Because the line M and N are parallel to each other. So in the next class we will discuss on the same concept. We will discuss alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, and interior angles on the same side of transversal and vertically opposite angles. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.